Ladies and gentlemen, a few days ago, the United Opposition held a consultative meeting at Kalonzo's SKM Command Center in Karen. In attendance in the said meeting were Kalonzo Musyoka of the Wiper Party, Martha Karua representing the PLP Party, Justin Muturi of the DP Party, Eugene Wamalwa of the DAPK Party, Mithika Linturi under the DCP umbrella, Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i, representing both the UPA Party and the Jubilee Party, Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi, and finally, the DCP party leader, former DP RIGATHI Gachagua. Now, this meeting gave birth to a unilateral decision of declaring Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi as the opposition official spokesperson and the head of the opposition secretariat. A message that all the opposition leaders took to their official social media pages to share the good news with Kenyans, as a move that was only highly welcomed, that was not only highly welcomed by Kenyans, but also displayed a united front for the opposition, killing all the doubts that had been developing of a possible fallout between Gachagua's team, Gachagua and Kalonzo's team, against Dr. Fred Matiang'i's team. But this move, though it was meant to unify the opposition, seems to have given birth to a new rift that might cost Gachagua and the whole opposition dearly. This is what Gachagua said after the meeting. Posting on his social media pages, he said the United Opposition has appointed Honorable Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi as its spokesperson and the head of the opposition secretariat. Now, you all know what that means. After the announcement was made 2 days ago, another announcement was made through a defection voice. The voice that spoke was Rigathi Gachagua's right-hand man, the self-proclaimed spokesperson of the opposition, and the DCP deputy party leader, CLEOPHAS Malala. He had this to say, and here, as I quote CLEOPHAS Malala here, CLEOPHAS says, "My position on the choice of the spokesperson is that the United Opposition deserves to demonstrate willingness in engaging with the fresh youthful leadership that can propel the country to the next frontier of politics and governance, qualities which Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi is acutely lacking." Now, what does CLEOPHAS Malala try to portray here? CLEOPHAS Malala is sending out a message and a signal to the whole nation at large that he opposes the appointment of Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi, and he would have liked if a young person, a young brilliant mind, was chosen by the opposition as its official spokesperson and the opposition secretariat, not Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi. Now, CLEOPHAS Malala is acutely placing himself as the voice of the Gen Z within the United Opposition. A very brilliant move that he has pulled. Remember, he was lacking in the said opposition meeting, so he had to pull his point. But we all know CLEOPHAS Malala has been a face of the opposition for some time. When Rigathi Gachagua was away, there was nobody else that used to speak for the opposition except CLEOPHAS Malala. Now, the time has come for them to try and throw him under the bus. CLEOPHAS Malala is setting up himself to fight for his job as the deputy party leader of the DCP party and also as the opposition spokesperson, a role that they voted to hand it over to Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi. Now, what does this mean for Rigathi Gachagua and CLEOPHAS Malala in DCP party moving forward after his voice? One thing that we all know, Gachagua is trying to do right now. One thing we know that Gachagua is trying to do right now is form a merger of all parties within the United Opposition. All of them to fall under one umbrella party, and that is the DCP party, which they will say it is under the Okoa Kenya coalition. Now, if this is to happen, this means CLEOPHAS Malala is going to lose his position as the deputy party leader of DCP, a position that he currently holds under the interim umbrella or the interim notion. Having lost his position as the opposition spokesperson, CLEOPHAS Malala had to play this card to try and secure his role as the DCP party leader. But one thing is clear: Gachagua hates people that challenge his authority. That is one thing we know. You all saw the moment the member of parliament of Githunguri Gathoni wa Mushomba and the former Nyeri Township member of parliament Wambogo Ngojiri questioned him, they were kicked out of his inner circle team. They were kicked out of DCP team. Are we together? But the question is, can Gachagua dare kick out Malala from his team and party? And if so, what impact would this have on DCP and the united opposition as a whole? Let me dare tell you this. If there is a person that can dismantle the opposition completely, it's CLEOPHAS Malala. I remind you, William Ruto had a voice to fight for him. When CLEOPHAS Malala was in the government as the Secretary General of the UDA party, the man defended even the undefendable of Ruto. The mistakes of William Ruto, he defended them to the core. But the moment they expelled him, they kicked him out and replaced him with Hassan Omar as the UDA Secretary General, the UDA party lost its voice, the UDA party lost its influence. Where have you seen Hassan Omar lately? But CLEOPHAS Malala knows how to play his card and how to engage with the people. And more so, CLEOPHAS Malala has to speak, because CLEOPHAS Malala is placing himself at the center of the leadership of the Mulembe nation. But Gachagua is bringing in new figures into the team. Remember, they already have Eugene Wamalwa. So CLEOPHAS Malala is close to Eugene Wamalwa. But now Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi comes in. CLEOPHAS Malala loses the ground completely with Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi in here. So for him to assert his authority and to make sure that his voice is always heard, CLEOPHAS Malala had to pull a card to tell Rigathi Gachagua, don't you dare forget me. Now, it's upon Rigathi Gachagua to decide if he loses CLEOPHAS Malala. I tell you, there is no any other leader in the DCP that is as vocal as CLEOPHAS Malala in defending Gachagua. And one thing, Gachagua should not assume CLEOPHAS Malala is not like Akina Wambogo Ngunziri. CLEOPHAS Malala is not like Gathoni wa Mushomba. You know, those comes from the Mount Kenya region, and you have the mountain, you have the influence of the mountain. So you don't need them mostly. But when it comes to the Mulembe nation, the voice that you cannot lose, it's that of CLEOPHAS Malala. You saw, CLEOPHAS Malala realized a meeting was being planned, or a political rally was being planned by Governor George Natembeya and Fred Matiang'i in Trans Nzoia County in absence of other opposition leaders. CLEOPHAS Malala went ahead to craft his ways and sweet-talked one Natembeya to accept that they all hold a united opposition rally. And Natembeya fall for that. You know, if Matiang'i and Natembeya would have held that meeting, it would have proved beyond reasonable doubt that Matiang'i has more authority than Gachagua, that Matiang'i has the upper hand than Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka when looking at the flag bearer of the opposition come the year 2027. But CLEOPHAS Malala played that card and he pulled it to become a unilateral opposition rally. But now, these people are trying to kick out CLEOPHAS Malala through the back door. Something that will cost them dearly. If there is one person Gachagua can't dare lose right now, it's CLEOPHAS Malala. And imagine CLEOPHAS Malala going back to William Ruto. Now, Mulembe Nation will become, if there is one thing they can't do, let them make other mistakes, but they shouldn't kick CLEOPHAS Malala out of DCP party, because it will be over for them. For now, that's what's up. Make sure you subscribe and tell me your thought in regards to this analysis. Leave a comment on the comment section.